Hi Moglets! So we can finally finish Gorou now, at least the raising mode. Last time I raised him as much as I could, but I wasn't really satisfied with 70 and low talents and everything. So we have farmed some more in the background. I do understand he is still 70, but we're almost there. We need one more mechanical array and just a few Songo pearls, so that shouldn't be any issue. Let's go do that real quick. Alright, perpetual hearts are done. Let's check out this Bard's Arrow Feather real quick, and there that is. And then Songo pearls. Alright, that should pretty much do it. Let's go ahead and ascend him. We have also farmed a few books, so we can actually get him up to 80. Let's go. So there he is. Before we move on, I want to give a quick thanks to Prime Gaming for sponsoring this video. Prime Gaming allows you to get in-game content for free as long as you are an Amazon Prime customer. So here they have the Genshin Impact Prime Gaming Bundle number 8. So if you haven't been getting these and you're a Prime member or want to become a Prime member, of course, I'll have a link in the description down below, but let's go ahead and claim these. We got a fragile resin. Gonna go ahead and copy this code. Head back into the game, settings, account. We're just going to redeem this code. There we go, easy as that. And there we have it, our reward. The fragile resin especially will come in handy as I've been raising so many characters lately. But yeah, once again, the link to Prime Gaming will be in the description down below, so make sure to check it out. Let's go ahead and craft all the silvers we can, which is an additional 8, but I think we'll also need like the Spectre stuff, which is really unfortunate, but we're not going to farm it. If we need more, we're just going to buy it from the shop, because I am simply sick of farming Spectres. I don't like them. Looks like we will indeed, so let's check out what our options are. I'm pretty sure we don't need to waste Masterless Star Glitter, which is like the way more important stuff. We have 13.5k Masterless Stardust, so quite a bit we can waste here. There's 75 Spectral Nucleuses. I could have sworn you can also buy the smaller ones. I think we can, no, apparently we cannot. I'm so dumb. I'm in the wrong shop. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, well, I don't have to farm Spectres for a while. That's something. Oh my God. No, it's these. Oh my God. How is one person this dumb? Whatever, let's buy these as well then. I mean, this is the stuff I don't care about. I think I spent like 50 of this. That's like, well, that sucks, but we should have enough now. God. For raised modes, I usually just get their talents up to 6. Of course, if they're already a certain constellation, we're gonna get it up to 9 because it gives us a 3 boost. His basic, I don't think will be all that important, so we're gonna leave that at 1. He works like a regular bow user. Of course, he is the first bow user to shoot geo arrows, so that is interesting at least, but yeah, I still don't think it's going to be important. Gorou as a whole, of course, is quite unique. His E is pretty basic. You place it on the ground like a mini boost, and depending on how many geo characters you have in your team, he will give them a bonus. The best bonus, of course, comes when you have 3 geo characters and you get geo damage bonus there. I do definitely want to try him with Albedo because Gorou can give a def bonus here as long as you have 1 geo character, and he counts as a geo character, so there's that. And his burst is like basically his E, but this moves with the character, so you can move around and stay within the ring. It also has a couple of other effects, essentially dealing damage when you cast it, this 138% of his defense, and then the crystal collapse damage, similar to Albedo's sort of passive damage there. It will also pull like elemental shards to you. I don't think that's a huge deal at all, just like run into them, but his first passive further increases your team's defense by 25% when he uses his burst, so that gives it another leg up over just his E. And then his second passive further scales him off of defense. What's interesting with his def bonus here is that it's a flat def bonus. This is what does not scale off of his own defense, which I was kind of surprised about, honestly. I mean, 350 def is alright, would have much rather seen it be a percentage based on his own def. So those are his talents. Let's take a look at Constellation. Mine is currently C3, have not decided yet if I'm going to get him to C6. But let's see what we have so far. For a C1, you essentially get a 2-second cooldown on his E or his skill. I don't think it's that big of a deal as it has a duration of 10 seconds and a cooldown of 10 seconds, so it could potentially have a, 100% uptime, but I guess you could reposition it a little earlier. I've personally been using him with the sacrificial bow so I can reposition it really quickly after using it because it does deal damage and it, immediately resets his ability. I didn't see that we have any def bows that are at least 4 stars, so a C1 doesn't sound that impressive to me, honestly. It's a nice to have, but yeah. His C2, in the same vein as C1, but with his burst, it will increase the duration instead of shortening the cooldown by up to 3 seconds, 1 second per elemental shard you collect from Crystallize. So another nice to have. Not really game-changing or anything. C4, of course, one Constellation before where I have him is where he starts getting good. He can actually be a healer here. 50% of his def every 1.5 seconds is actually quite a lot. I mean, mine only has 1300 def right now, but he's in pretty bad artifacts. So, I mean, with all the buffs going on and, you know, in a better set, he'd probably have 2000 plus, you know, 1000 HP per 1.5 seconds. That's quite a lot, honestly. And of course, C6 is the best one. Yeah, you basically do need 3 Geos in your team, you know, for that 40% crit damage bonus. This is, I think, what would really make Ito shine. Kind of like Sara for Raiden Shogun. This works with his E and burst, so as long as you're getting the Gorou buffs, you also have this 40% extra crit damage on Geo attacks. Definitely very nice C6, and you know, since I definitely wouldn't mind a C1 or even a C2 Ito, I really am tempted to go for it. But first of all, let's focus on him, how he is. Not a healer yet, but yeah, no, I'm quite sure we do not have any defense bows. So we're gonna have to stick with sacrificial, I suppose. I really wouldn't know what other weapons would be good for him. I don't expect him to do a lot of damage on his own, to be honest, even if I would build him a little better. Well, I could do at least something with this, dang. Yeah, I mean, of course, Husk would be good for him as well, but like, I don't have 3 whole sets. Maybe at least 2-piece would be enough. I mean, you do get the 30% def bonus there. We do have 100 husks. My boy basically needs as much def as possible. Some energy recharge, I guess some crit rate, crit damage wouldn't hurt. Let's see how this one rolls. We do have Elements of Mastery down there, unfortunately, but the rest looks really good. So if we can avoid Elements of Mastery, yeah, we got some crit rate. I mean, I don't know. Maybe some Geo crits wouldn't be bad. I mean, I would hope his C6 also works for him, you know, 40% crit damage. Yeah, we got another crit rate proc. I mean, we could also give this one to Ito and give Itos to him. I think that one has a ton of def on it, but not much else, so could be better. Would like to get at least like 1 or 2 def rolls. Well, it's already at 16, so 2 is the most I can hope for. Got some energy recharge. I'm just happy it's not going into Elements of Mastery. Dude, it's always like this. Still pretty decent. I might give this one to Ito, and then Gorou can take the 27 def one. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do, actually. Create energy recharge, def, and flat HP. Literally the same exact artifacts. That's crazy. Well, I went through all of them. These are actually the ones with the most promise still, so let's start with the one that has more def. Yes, we got a def proc, finally. Another energy recharge. 20% energy recharge. I don't know if I need that much, damn. We only have 1 raised husk sands, so we should definitely try and raise another one of those. How many do we actually have here? 1, 2, 2. Well, 3 total. Out of all these. You see? What's going on here? Both of these are quite bad, but we don't have much of a choice. I guess we can cannibalize them later. I'd rather have HP percent and flat HP than Elements of Mastery, so is his base def really tiny, or am I just imagining that? Why is Gorou's base def so tiny? Like, Klee has almost as much base def as he does. And basically everyone else has more. Well, Fischl doesn't at least. I'm not really sure about the math, but flat def might not even be that bad considering how low his base is. We really don't have much of a choice, so let's just go ahead and raise it. Wow, we got a 5x bonus there. All right, yeah, we basically just got a bunch of HP. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but whatever. Honestly, I do just kind of want to build him full def and not really care about his damage too much. Like, especially when I would have him C4 and he could be a healer. I would really just want to take advantage of that mostly. Let's just throw this old goblet in there. Well, flat def got boosted quite a bit. Hey, we're up to 51 flat def. It's actually, I don't think it's actually that bad flat def. And more attack for whatever reason. So I'm not really sure if I'm satisfied with this set, but he does have 4-piece husk. That's something. We were able to crawl our way up to 2000 def. So we're just going to take a quick look at what he's doing to himself here. Should be at 2400 now around. He is indeed. The question is, does he keep this 2400 def? Oh no, it's 2 seconds after swapping out, right? Yeah, now he's back to 2000. So I guess it won't really affect his healing much except for, I guess, the first proc, because after 2 seconds, his buff goes away. Of course, when Gorou is off field, you can see we still have 2200, and that's because of his 4-piece artifacts, you know. While you're off field, you will also gain stacks. It kind of balances out in a way. So at max, I guess he'll have around 2500 def. And then we have a nice geo damage bonus here as well at 57%, even without a geo damage goblet. So that's kind of cool, I suppose. I'm still a little on the fence if I should give him a geo damage goblet because this 58% def, I don't know if is even doing very much because he has, yeah, I'm surprised he has so low base def as like a completely def-centric character, but I don't know, maybe that was just to balance him. And since we are focusing more on support, I think daily quest will be a good place to start. I really just want to look at Gorou by himself, honestly. We are starting with an Eye of the Storm, which is a little annoying here, but let's just go ahead and pop his E down real quick. I mean, we did get a 3,500. That's actually more than I was expecting. Obviously, we won't see much crits as we're not really focused on that. And his basic is level 1, so that's not going to do much, but honestly, I don't think I would ever basic attack with him, just to see what's going on. It's honestly a little hard to see anything, so let's just go ahead and kill this Eye of the Storm real quick, and then we'll move on to the next daily. So we're gonna go and do his burst. As you can see, every 1.5 seconds, there's some damage going on to the surrounding enemies. It is only one enemy at a time, but there's a small AoE similar to Albedo's E. It is a little hard to see, but I would like to see what my Itto can do with and without Gorou's E boost. So how about we just press E on this guy? Well, that was not a crit, unfortunately. So Itto should be critically most of the time. So there was a 10,000. Then we're just gonna go to Gorou real quick, place that down and do another E here. 12,000. So a nice little 2,000 boost. It's a little hard to set up because Itto also has the four-piece husk set, and stacks are always going here and there, depending on when he's swapped out or swapped in. We're gonna see what Itto does with Bini boost. What? Well, there are two main things why there was such a big difference there. First of all, Itto only has 1,000 attack. He gets so much more attack when he goes into burst mode, making Bini boost a lot less dramatic and making Gorou's more impressive because the more def Itto has, the more attack boost he'll get while going into burst mode. So obviously we weren't in burst mode while doing that, so that's why there was such a big difference between the two. Secondly, I think since I was with Bini for a little bit there, Itto got some husk stacks. So this is another thing I want to confirm. This video will mostly be about a lot of testing and math and stuff because we can't just really look at Gorou damage and be like, oh, that's cool, because he's not really a DPS. Firstly, as a baseline, let's take a look at Itto's damage. He currently has 0 husk stacks. He's just been out on the field doing nothing for a while. 1,100 attack, 2,200 def. Let's just go into burst mode without doing anything. There we go. Now we're sitting at 3,200 attack. So we are back to baseline. We have 2,296 and 1,100 attack. Let's start with Gorou's E and then doing his burst. So his attack definitely is higher, but I don't think by much. I would assume by a little over 300, considering Gorou gives a flat def boost currently at talent 9 of 350, and Itto gives himself an attack boost of 92%. One pretty important thing I did forget to test while I was initially recording was doing Albedo's burst, because actually in battle, you know, there's a lot more orbs going on and you can get his burst relatively quickly, and that should more be the staple for how it's affecting stats. So I am quite sure we still have the same baseline here of 1111 attack. So we're going to do Gorou's burst, and then we're going to do his burst, and then we're going to check it again. And you can see we have a decently larger attack boost here at 3,700. So it was 3,227 without Gorou, 3,771 with Gorou burst. Just for reference, we will compare that to a Bini boost and his burst. So there we go, Bini boost and his burst. So yes, he does have quite a bit more attack. He does have less defense because no one is boosting his defense. And he also does not have any extra geo damage bonus. So I'd say right now, Bini's burst does increase Itto's damage more than Gorou's burst. However, at C6, I think the story will change. But yeah, that's basically all I wanted to do. Back to past me, I guess. I think we are kind of looking at a similar situation to Sarah versus Bini. Sarah's going to be better for Shogun, for example, because she also gives like the 60% crit damage boost. And then Gorou at C6 is going to be at least comparable to Bini at C6 for Itto, especially if you're also running Albedo, because Bini doesn't do much for Albedo besides his burst. Albedo's passive, you know, E ticks, that scales off of only def, and Bini doesn't increase def. So obviously if we do decide to go for C6 Gorou, we will be doing a god mode later. I think I'm pretty much going to wrap up the video though. I know there wasn't a lot of gameplay, but there's really not much gameplay to show. I mean, we can do a couple quick battles. I think we still need to go for some more mechanical arrays if we do want to god mode our Gorou, so we can do that real quick. We unfortunately just wasted Itto's burst, so we don't have that anymore. All right, I guess let's go ahead and get this started then. Gonna drop his E down there. Gonna go ahead and do his burst. Let's see what we can... Oh, what? Why did he do that so early? All right, no Bini boost, I guess, since we have to go out. And no Gorou boost either, which is super unfortunate since this video is about him and all. All right, let's go ahead and try this again. Let's just go into his burst mode straight away. And yeah, that is definitely quite a bit more damage than I'm used to seeing. I still think he won't shine that much until C6. Of course, I did want to try him with Albedo as well. Unfortunately, artifacts are going to be an issue again. I still am in dire need of Mora, so let's go ahead and wrap this up with some ley lines. Oh god. Alright, so we've put a... yeah, okay. What? Oh. Let's try another one. We're gonna start with Zhongli Shield. I guess we're gonna throw that down, that down. Let's just see. Dang, what the hell? They're dying way too fast. 21k? Is Albedo really doing 21k with his thing? That's definitely the most I've ever seen. Was that really it? I mean, I didn't have anyone else but Gorou on the field. 23k, what? I don't think he has a ton of crit rate because he has Cinnabar and like, 27? What the hell? I'm pretty dang sure that is Albedo's little E-ticks from his flower. How is that doing so much? 17k without Gorou and 27 with? That doesn't really make sense. All right, I need to see this in a vacuum. So here's Albedo by himself. No Zhongli Shield. It's not critically now, unfortunately. I think he does have pretty low crit rate. 24k? Wait, what the hell? Oh, I mean, he is getting the stacks. He is getting the Geo stacks as well. Every now and then. I still can't imagine Gorou is helping that much. I mean, he is still just giving him 350 def and 15 Geo damage, which isn't nothing, obviously, but dang. But yeah, I really don't think Gorou will see his full potential until C6. Obviously, he can be a healer at C4, but until then, I mean, that is basically the only way to increase Albedo's E damage, so there's that at least. I mean, Zhongli, of course, as well, reducing their resistances, but yeah. So I think we will try and get him to C6 before the banner ends, give him another look, perhaps at God mode. Until then, make sure to tell me what you think in the comments down below. Dropping a like on this video if you did happen to enjoy is always greatly appreciated as well. Thanks, as always, for watching, and until next time.